Getting caught by the same attack multiple times can be infuriating, especially in For Honor. Today we're going to watch some duels from the perspective of the Berserker, and we'll be going up against a Gladiator. Let's get started. Now, the Gladiator is notorious in the For Honor community for having a foot fetish. His attack, which I don't know the correct name for, but I'm going to call it the toe stab, is very quick and difficult to react to, especially if you're in the process of changing your guard in order to block one of his fast light attacks. But we're off to a great start using our hyper armor to trade with him, landing a light parry, opting for a side heavy so we can try and continue the chain, but that did get blocked, and we feinted our top heavy unblockable into a side light for the finish. I think the decisive moment in this round was trading a top light for a side heavy, which we followed up with a relentless assault. Unfortunately, it got blocked. It would have been nice to just continue chopping away at him forever until he died, but I don't think anybody would really allow that to happen, and the toe stabs are coming out in round number 2. As difficult as the toe stab can be to avoid, if you do manage to dodge out of the way of it, you can land a guard break on most, if not all, of the characters in the game. And we're seeing that this is racking up the damage pretty severely on us. We're already down to our last 2 segments of health, but we're going to bring it back, opting for the side heavy again so we can continue the chain, but we're not going to get anything extra from it. The toe stab's coming out once again, and a top light going to finish us off just as we were trying to armor through with a forward dashing light attack of our own. So this is my philosophy in full force. If your opponent is not reacting to your combos, you keep doing them over and over and over again. This guy knows I just got a pedicure, my feet are looking pretty, and he is trying to mess them up, and he is succeeding at it wonderfully. Moving into the next round, we have seen a bit of a pattern after a light attack. This guy likes to follow with the toe stab. No feints into guard breaks have come out, so we know what to expect, and we can try to preemptively dodge out of the way. Even there, we saw a feint into the toe stab. If we preemptively dodge out of the way, we might be able to get a very big punish. Again, the toe stab hitting us. It's a little embarrassing, the amount of punishment we're taking from the stab. The toe stab has an interesting property. When you're out of stamina, it is slower, but it will knock you to the ground if it connects. It looks like, though, we got a nice burst of momentum there as the Gladiator ran out of stamina, and we took excellent advantage of that. Unfortunately, the toe stabs, although they are very annoying, they don't do a lot of damage. So if he's going to continue with this strategy, he's got to be very careful not to make any mistakes, because he's not going to be able to get these big swings in momentum in the same way that the Berserker can. Dashing forward with a heavy attack, it's going to get parried, but the Season 5 changes are going to protect us from a guard break. Trying to put the pressure on. We may have had a nice parry attempt there, or even just a block. The Gladiator's dodge attacks are unsafe on block. They guarantee a guard break. Still, he caught us with the toe stab knockdown, so a big punish is potentially coming. Thank goodness we parried the unblockable attack. Caught him with the guard break. We had a knockdown there. It is a real shame that we didn't go for it, because that would have been the kill. And we just messed that one up. That is a round that we threw away. Very unfortunate. Max punishes are sometimes difficult to pull off, but overall they're not necessary to your victory or defeat, but it is very, very good if you know how to do them and you use them when you have the opportunity to. So right here, if we had even just gone for a knockdown and a top heavy, that would have probably killed. So the fact that we didn't even go for the basics is very, very disappointing here, but we have one more opportunity to make something happen here. The score is 2-2, so we're on match point. And we've seen this guy's combos. We know what he likes to do, and it is go for the feet. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we are capable of dodging. Punched in the face, feinted the heavy attack, and the toe stab coming out this time. We got the dodge. We didn't guard break him, though. We landed a dodge attack instead. Dodging out of the way of another toe stab. That was the slow one for the knockdown. This time, got the guard break, tried to throw him against the wall, but we threw him in the wrong direction, so he's going to survive. But we have a huge lead right now. The slow stab coming out again, then the quick stab going to follow up immediately after, and a light attack before he had a chance to punch us is going to finish him off. That was definitely the opposite of what we saw in the previous rounds, dodging out of the way of multiple toe stabs, so avoiding a serious amount of punishment there. But we can't get too comfortable, because we know that them toes are not looking good after what he did to us in the previous round. So we're going up against the same Gladiator again. We've got to make sure that we avoid as much punishment as possible and turn on the pressure when we have the opportunity to. So let's have a little fun here. Place your bets. Do you think I'm going to avoid the first toe stab from the Gladiator, or are my feet going to get even more jacked up than they already are? Getting caught by a guard break after the deflect, dodging out of the way of the unblockable attack, and hitting him with a dodge attack. Getting punched in the face, the first toe stab going to come out, and I lost the bet because I thought I was going to successfully dodge out of the way. Again, we keep opting for a side heavy when we get a light parry, trying to continue the chain. It doesn't always work, but it does give us a lot more options than just going for that big damage from the top heavy and leaving it at that. So it's a greedy strategy, that's definitely true. Getting that light parry going for the side heavy. If the top light would have connected, we could have gone for an unblockable top heavy, a side heavy fainted into a guard break, top heavy unblockable fainted into a guard break. We just have a lot more options that we can do from there, which do not exist when you just do the top heavy finisher off of the light parry. Moving into round number 2, we're keeping our distance to start things off, feinting, going in for a top light, but it's going to get blocked. Applying a lot of pressure with our attacks, but the Gladiator not attempting any parries, just defending himself with blocks, which is the smart thing to do against a Berserker if you can't get a handle on their patterns. But we're getting a nice amount of footsies here, the Gladiator making sure to keep his distance away from us, which is causing some difficulty when trying to create our mix-ups. And we're not doing the best job of defending when he comes back in for his attacks, but this time we managed to get our armor off and trade with him, and we caught him as he was trying to back out of combat again with a guard break. And now the trade's coming in full force, that forward dash gonna armor straight through, dodging out of the way of the toe stab, getting the guard break, and the heavy attack instantly going for the execution. That looked very brutal. My goodness. That was an exciting round, though. We punished the Gladiator at the perfect time. He went for that toe stab, and he succeeded with it a lot. But on the final attempt, when it really mattered, when he had no health to spare, we dodged out of the way, got the guard break, and that super sexy execution. Moving into round 3, this could very well be the final one. We just got to stay on our toes and make sure the Gladiator doesn't poke them. My opponent going on the offensive, but his unblockable heavy attack gonna get parried. That put him out of stamina, trying to apply a little bit of pressure. He's not gonna fall for our top heavy unblockable, canceled into a guard break. And here we go, the toe stab coming out. Number 1 is gonna get dodged. We gotta make sure that we avoid that as much as possible. He's run out of stamina again. This is where we turn on the pressure, just letting that unblockable fly this time. He whiffed a guard break, and that's gonna be it, folks. Getting an execution for the finish. So there we go. We cleaned it up pretty well in that second match. We managed to dodge out of the way of the toe stabs when it really mattered, but I'll be damned if it wasn't painful to watch myself getting messed up by that same attack hundreds upon thousands of times. It was, well, it was a pain in the ass, I'll be honest. But either way, I still had a good time playing it. For Honor is a great game, and I absolutely love it to death. So with all of that said, the name of the game, it's For Honor. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about manicures and pedicures. Do you like to treat yourself to a spa day, or do you let your toes get all nasty and dirty and have these long claws on your feet so you look weird when you wear flip-flops? Let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.